How to use your electrical tester. Now the electrical tester I'm using is a T5600 made by Fluke, one of the best ones on the market. A good thing about these ones is it automatically senses if you're in AC or DC, so you don't have to switch the settings, you don't have to worry about stuffing up your meter. It does everything automatically. Now on this meter there's 3 settings. Right there, that's the ohms. Down here, amps, and the voltage. And I'm going to show you how to test all 3. Now let's start off with the ohm scale. There we are, the ohms. Why do we use ohms? What do we use it for? In my experience, we've used it to bell out cables. What bell out cables means is, for example, say you have a bunch of cables here and you don't know what's happening. You don't know what those cables do, and you try to follow the cables to see where they go, but there might be obstacles in your way. It might go into a roof. You can't trace the cables to find out where they are, and then you have a sneaking suspicion that those cables go to a certain area. But how do you prove it? How do you know those cables are those cables over there? So what you do is you bell out. Essentially what you're doing is you're testing for continuity. So when you it sends a little signal, a little tiny voltage. So you'll put this, I'll explain it with this small bit of wire. So say, for example, you're tracing this cable, you don't know where it is, it goes into a roof, you can't figure out where it's going, and then on the other side of wherever you are, an office building or whatever, you see another cable hanging out and you're thinking maybe that cable ends up being this one. This is how you test it. You have one person put their tester on this side, and another person puts their tester on the other one, and when a small voltage goes through, or come through the tester, or go through the cable, and it'll come back to the other tester on it, and then you'll hear a beep, and that beep is saying that it's picking up a voltage from the cable. So then you'll know that you've got the right one. And we'll do a test. I'll show you. I got it on the ohms. Always test that it's working. If you can hear that beep, I'm touching the prongs together, I'm hearing a beep. It's working. It's getting continuity. It's sending a voltage out and it's picking it up and going back into the tester. And I'll show you with an ordinary extension lead. Okay, this is the same extension lead. Picture the scenario before where I was saying that you've got this cable you have to identify. So let me put a prong into this cable here, into the female, and I'll bleed that down there. That's plugged into the female, and here's the male side of the plug. Let's get it up, and I'll put that to the same, and you can hear the beep, so it's having continuity. And that's 1 ohm. So that's what I've used my test on the ohm scale for. If you can hear the beep. And that's how you identify cables using the ohm scale.